okuvera Kindwere Mayuge mwigoloza lyebuka tube kulwa Busoga ndi basangaza nzene baza Katondo ye yatuwa Muzeyi Museveni amazima yatuwa Kirabaya be Busoga kimukizi amazima Muzeyi yakoze emirimu mazabe yagaita abantu yagaita madini gona olwaleero tuli kirala emirembe jayi omukatuliki n'omusiraamu mpalanango ayo olwaleero embalinjirira mwisa kirala Mama Kadaga ndi kukoba ni voice we nandi kukoba ti Uganda nerimu obuzibu aye nenzenze okubayidukiza
Onyanga amajege ngagete mberi eno zena kanona amaje gange ng'owekitiibwa Nantale na Saabu n'abaire deputy wange tidaba babuzindalo ayenga eno ni timu yetutesetese nayo omukolo guno banange mwebale ino mwebalire irala Professor Lubenga Doctor watu tumomulimo ni timu eno watu kobe ekintu kirala nti oyenda mugeni mukuru aide. I want to report to you Professor that there you are. Besides you is the chief guest and none other than His Excellency the Vice President of the Republic of Uganda. Wankobo mulimo gw'okubiri nti oli kwenda nkwetere mufti wa Uganda kuba oli mugole. Ikiriza nti omukono gwo gw'otaimeku His Eminence the Mufti of Uganda ali gano era ije ni timu ye yona. Professor Wankoba nti oli kwenda abantu bangi ino kubanga tufumbye emmere ningi ekaali yona buli kimu kyona abantu ikiriza olinge muli side yobona yona abantu bayidwire n'abandi bakalemererwa okutyama bali wano ogwo n'omulimo gwe watutuma. Professor abantu bano tibayijerwa kubanga walondeibwa kuba National Chairman wa Uganda Muslim Supreme Council. Eri yabaije ganonga wabagema ku mutima. Eri yabaije ganonga wabaidanda baku. Eri yabaije ganonga kubyenfuna bya bibali nabyo oli niche watamu. Eri yabaije gano kubo basomekeza ku baana. Eri yabaije gano kubanga wasoma nabo. Eri yabaije bano kubanga oyine emirimo emirungi gyokoze. So abantu bano ezira motoka ebasombye ezira motoka bugali bubasombye batambuiza bigere especially abaruhuka. Nendo okwebaza abaruhuka ati bambaza wa parliament aberuhuka tubaire nabo munteekateeka dino. Honorable Kisa Steven bakubalwayo ali out of the country ayagereza obubaka nti abalamu isa mwena abaruhuka. Honorable Esther Mbayo yena azira wano ayagereza obubaka akobya abenda ino kubanga anytime basobola okutuuka gano. Honorable mwenemu Luke inensiko era gwenja n'okusaba ayeta ababaka wa parliament baide wano kubanze mbete irere ng'omutesitesi bwembaire nabo mukuteekateeka bwena abakemwese wano mu akazindalo ayeta ababaka wa parliament abatambwire ne baida kuli mulimo abavuire yumbe abavuire wani mu Busoga yona n'okuva kuluya kwa Busoga. Mwikirize ebigambo byange mbisaleku.
Ino obugambo bubiri bwenendo okuwa chairman wa Ifomulonde mbete deputy Katukiro. Aya da Qur'ani diribiri denda ida kwina nolayo dadi takera bada a'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Aya soka ekoba wa amma ma yanfa'u an-nasu fayamkuthu fil ard. Eyo kubiri ekoba wa anna al-arda yarithuha ibadi as-salihin. Botambulira ku mazima bokola ebirungi botambulira mu bintu ebirambulukufu Allah akuwa obuyinza era yakuwangaliza mu bifo byobamu. Nkakasa insha Allah twedda kuwangala kubanga byokoze bingi ate byotusuubiza era byonakola insha Allah bingi mu Busoga Luuka ne Uganda yona. Mama Vice President tumwenda ino era n'ensonga lwaki abantu bangi batyokudde okwaniriza.
My chairman, LC5, has represented us in the document we agreed on. I will just summarize that. I know he talked about the roads. Your Excellency, Muzei has always promised every time he comes to Luuka about these roads. Luuka, as we talk today, has about tarmac of maybe a kilometer or less in Lubenga. The President has always promised us we have 3 national roads which pass through Luuka. That's Iganga, Nakabugu, Kaliro, then Kamuli, Bukova, Kaliro, then Kaliro, Naigovia, Buenge. Those ones total to about 150 kilometers. I believe this government has been making roads which are longer than that. I pray to you that you can deliver that to His Excellency as a reminder to do that. Because Luuka, we are mainly, as you heard from Chairman speak, people are doing a lot of sugarcane. We have heavy trucks moving on. But after the rainy season, these roads fail. I believe when it does that, even the gospel is preaching about income, household income will improve. Because we have been working hard, although those are some of the challenges we have. The second promise His Excellency made when he came here one time was about the district hospital. It's long overdue. I make it a reminder that please deliver that we can have a district hospital.
Ninze ziraba mzali Muzaffar Burhan, Assistant Commissioner wa Police. Aye, Honorable yankoze ubi. Kuba mukama wange ni commissioner zowedde. So mukama wange yikiriza oyido otwegaite nzira bwendogera ngoti ame munte bawo. Okoze kakodio. Bantu ba. Your Excellency, n'abantu mwena mwena zinjakula ekigambo kirala kyonka kya kukoba tiimu eno kyefaanana ekigaire y'omukama wange ajja okukiwumbawumba. Your Excellency, tiimu eno as a proper disclaimer ti protocol ya police. Aye tiimu eno jetula protocol team erimu abantu abakolera mu police nganze ni mukama wange ono ni hajisma n'abakyala babiri kumbali ere abasigaireyo ti ba police ba civilian ate ti basiramu bonka mulimu n'abatali basiramu ayenga ekola mirimo gyaife egy'omubusoga kugiteekateeka gyatambula bulungi gyabulamu obumulumulu. N'ensonga lwaki tufaanana tuti twekolamu omulimo beene titusasulwa twesasula beene aye tudda twakola omulimo ebintu byaife bibe nga bivaayo bulungi.
Your Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic of Uganda, retired Major Jessica Alupo, Mukaire Waisu, Mama Wabusoga, First Deputy Prime Minister of the Republic of Uganda, Right Honorable Alitwala Rebecca Kadaga, Itowaisu Omubisiramu, His Eminence Sheikh Shaban Ramadan Mubajje, the Deputy Sheikh Semambo, Muganda wange asukire ensonga lwahati Chairperson, First Deputy Prime Minister Mbachabazinga Bob Soga, Professor Dr. Lubenga Kisambira, Yoga Sebo. Nze banseide bampaire omulimo mutono ino lwokuba mukama wange aliho. Sebo katuukire wa Busoga, Dr. Joseph Nsekere Muvagala, Baba oizo tumuleku eri Busoga. Sebo tusangaire.
Your Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic of Uganda, retired Major Jessica Alupo, who I call my sister. the Right Honorable Deputy Prime Minister of Uganda, Dr. Rebecca Alitwala Kadaga, Your Eminence, the Mufut, abakulembeze b'eddiini y'Obuyisiraamu Uganda muno mwena tusangaira okubabona mu Busoga wano. Ba Member of Parliament, nikwenda okubeebaza ino for coming. Mutulaze omutima ogw'okwenda Obusoga buno. Mwebale ino, mwebalire irala. Tirowooza nti tubaaku ni Parliament eyenda Obusoga ng'eno. Mwebale ino, mwebalire irala. Ndikwenda otwala omukisa guno olwaleero okubaaniriza mu Busoga mwena. Baganda bange Abayisiraamu mwena. Nze mbafaananya empisa nkaali kuba Muyisiraamu. Nsangaira okubabona mu Busoga muno. Mwebale ino, mwebalire irala. Baba Kyabazinga Gabulana Dyopo okuna abaaniriza mu Busoga muno, Your Excellency. Nti mutyame entende, muluuka muno, mukyakale, ate musule mu n'esente mudirekemu. Mwebale ino, mwebalire irala. Omulimu gwange ogw'okubiri is to thank you, Your Excellency, the Vice President, and request you to take our regards to the President for gracing this occasion and selecting you to be here on his behalf. Omulimu gwange ogwokusatu n'okwebaza abaorganizer b'omukolo guno. Thank you for the job well done. Awo wendira n'okwebaliza protocol team ya police. Bano abali wano basada ba police nga bakulembeirwa omukuluzi wedde munayambala enkofiira Vice President akubone nti oli muto wange. Vice President, that's one of my young brothers in this country, is a commissioner of police. Mama bulrobo nange mpapuledo nga diri kuziweddo izanga kuwize. Banange police mwebale ino, mwebalire irala. Omulimu gwange ogundi n'okwebaza abakulembeze mwena LC5, aba LC3, aba LC1, nti banange mwebale kwidda. Ate nayenda okwebaza abategesi nti kulu no mwebale kuwa bakama baifaabo kifo kye batyama kuba baterevu. Guno n'omukolo gw'ensooso okubona nga bakama baife batyaime bulungi. Protocol team mwebale ino, mwebalire irala. Omulimu gwange ogundi n'okupledginga total support Obusiraamu Uganda muno obwa Kyabazinga nti banange mwebale kutulondera boyo oyo. Ife tuli ku toka mubone nti amaja atyaimemu. Ayizeno oli kumbona engeri y'enkyakala. Ninzaani okuba katuukiro wa chairman w'Abasiraamu mu nsi yonna. Bana munkubire ku mungalo nzira mukisa. Imwe nani kuimwaina deputy we nga natwala Abasiraamu mu nsi yonna. Banange mwebale ino, mwebale kumpa bukulu. Era nze mwambona nga oli Kampala natuukaira owa Mufti. Naida newandiisa ebisigaire tunabikola mu kyama. Several chairman, we are at your service. Ngo bwa Kyabazinga bwa Busoga, we are at your service. Ng'ekitongole ky'enkulembera, the National Planning Authority is also at your service. And you know that we will deliver.
Represented by the Vice President, retired Major Jessica Lopo, Your Eminence, the Mufti of Uganda, Sheikh Shaban Ramadan Mubaje, First Deputy Prime Minister, Honorable Chairman, Uganda Muslim Supreme Council, Dr. Professor Muhammad Kisambira Lubenga, Deputy Chairman, Uganda Muslim Supreme Council, the executive members of Uganda Muslim Supreme Council, the members of Majlis Ulama, Uganda Muslim Supreme Council, members of General Assembly, Uganda Muslim Supreme Council, regional assistants, to His Eminence the Mufti of Uganda, Uganda Muslim Supreme Council, the district Qadis, Uganda Muslim Council. This time I request you come, the district Qadis and the assistants to Mufti. You come here. The county sheikhs all over Uganda here. The management committee of Uganda Muslim Council should also come. Imams and staff of Uganda Muslim Council, Hajis and Hajats. Then also the protocol of Busoga Kingdom headed by Honorable Katikiro of Busoga, Honorable Joseph Mvawala, your deputies, the prince and the princesses, all administrative structure of Busoga Kingdom recognized. Then the government of Uganda, we have recognized the members of parliament, local governments, and all NRM mobilizers, not forgetting the organizing committee, the organizing team for this structure, for this organization. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. You'll allow me, I use a few minutes to introduce the regional assistants to Mufti. Each regional assistant to Mufti will mention the district Qadis with him here, and they will leave just in a minute. Let us take as little time as possible. Them just stand where they are and say salam. The entire women council, the new women council within, and the youth are here. They will say that I have sidelined with them. Let them stand up and say salam. They can come here and say salam. Because of time, I'm being advised you can stand from there and don't say salam. That the chief guest would like to see you. Come here and say salam. Women, the women council and the youth. Honorable members of General Assembly, Executive, you can see the situation. We have stopped at that introductory part. We are not moving further, with the exception of the women and the youth who are here. So, Honorable Chairman, for the first time under the new constitution of Uganda Muslim Council, we have provided women councils across Uganda. In the General Assembly, there are 9 women representing, each woman representing a Muslim region. For now, this is their chairperson. Let them take 1 minute to introduce herself and the other members of the council.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Your Excellency, the Vice President of Uganda, the First Deputy Prime Minister, the Mufti of Uganda, the Chairperson, Uganda Muslim Council, all delegates present, protocol observed. They have given me a few minutes to introduce my group, but I would say something small, that we appreciate the government of Uganda that has contributed to the Constitution of Uganda, review Constitution of Uganda, and that has brought women on board in the General Assembly and the leadership of Muslim Supreme Council, that now we have 10 women that are represented at the General Assembly. We thank the Uganda Muslim Supreme Council that conducted the elections very well, that has brought 15,000 women councillors at mosque level, 600 women councillors at county level, 78 women councillors at district level, and 10 regional women councillors that are represented here. We would like to thank the Department of Women at Uganda Muslim Council, headed by Sheikh Rabia. She's also here present. With a few words, I would like every woman to say something. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I'm called Hajat Mariam Kamo Kezala, the Busoga Regional Woman Representative at national level at our Parliament of Uganda Muslim Supreme Council.
My name is Avako Melissa Nayo Magule. I represent West Nile at national level. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I'm by the name Aisha Binti Abdu. I represent Northern Region Women in Uganda Muslim Supreme Council Parliament. You're most welcome.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Nambozo Atika, representing the Eastern region at the national level.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Kamia Pride Sophie, I represent the youth Kuru region. Thank you so much. Greetings from my chairperson.
I thank the government of Uganda. As a woman with disability, I'm on board. May God bless His Excellency, the President of Uganda, NRM, Hoye. I'm here just because I'm disability, but the Uganda Muslim Supreme Council and the entire Muslim didn't see that disability is not inability. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. My name is Nguja Muzaffar Qasim, the youth representative of Eastern Muslim region to the General Assembly.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. I'm Kisambira, the youth representing Busoga region at the national level. Thank you very much.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Sheikh Ravi Andamakula, I'm a member of management. I'm the head of department Women, Youth and Children Affairs. Thank you so much.
Your Eminence Sebo, Chief Guest, mukirize mukasera kano ngenda kuba mpita chairman waffe Dr. Professor Muhammad Kisambira Lubenga okusoka tukwoza ayoza okulondebwa nga chairman wa Uganda Muslim Supreme Council. Okulonda okwo kwaliwo okwetolola Uganda yonna era twagenda okukomekereza ku ntiko nga kulese Professor Muhammad Kisambira Lubenga okubanga ye chairperson waffe. Wakati mu bamemba ba General Assembly abangi abalondebwa nga nandi wano y'omu ku bo. Yes. Sebo nga sina kuyita Dr. Badru Kigundu naye asitukiddemu era waali asobola okuyimirira n'akutolera ku salaamu. Tatulekerera nga Uganda Muslim Supreme Council n'abakulu ba Parliament abaliwo. Deputy Chairman waali nsaba asitukeko atole salaamu. Protocol eddiridde gwona agimanaging Sebo Chairman naye nga nze ngenda kuyita era nsaba weetegeke katole salaamu bantu bategere nti waali. Sebo Chairman, twala omukisa guno nga nkuyita okusooka okwozaayoza okuwangula akalulu ka Uganda Muslim Supreme Council. Uganda Muslim Supreme Council eyimiridde ku mpaji nga 3. Kusookera ddala ina empaji erondebwa okuva wansi ey'abachairperson n'enkiiko, akakiiko oba obukiiko obufuzi okuviira ddala wansi buli highly political. Tukwozaayoza waliwo line eya mufti nga ye head and leader ekulembera ekitongole ekya Uganda Muslim Supreme Council spiritually and administrative. Then in terms of technical wetuyingiriramu nga Secretary General ne line ey'abalala bamemba ba staff nga obalaba. Tukwozaayoza ffenna leero Uganda Muslim Supreme Council twagigadde bonna bali wano. Sebo ntwala omukisa guno nkuyita ojja otuuse message yo eri abantu bano bonna bazze ku lulwo abatambudde ne bava ebule n'ebweya. Sebo Professor.
Subsequent these elections, Your Excellency, we now have about 15,000 administrative structures, one at each of the 15,000 Juma or village mosques. We have administrative structures at all the 680 toilets or the equivalent of a county. We have administrative structures at each of the 78 Muslim districts in this country. And we have administrative structures at each of the 10 Muslim regions in this country. And at the apex, we have the General Assembly of the Uganda Muslim Supreme Council, headed by His Eminence the Mufti and chaired by Professor Lubenga Muhammad Kisambira. Your Excellency, after this election, it's time to work. As part of my manifesto, I told delegates that I want to work. I want to add a brick to the Uganda Muslim Supreme Council. We have, over the last 4 months, been working on a strategic and investment plan. Thanks, Your Excellency, to your government and support Dr. Mvawala from the National Planning Authority. Members of the General Assembly, that is the professionalism I was talking of. We now have a draft strategic and investment plan for the 5 years to give us direction on what we want to do. The strategic plan, Your Excellency, is based on 3 notions. First of all, that realistically today, by our records, 20-25% of people in Uganda are Muslims. Your boss says 6 million. Our crude enumeration says we're about 12.8 million. But very few of those Muslims, Your Excellency, occupy key and very important positions in this government. That's not to mean, Your Excellency, we don't appreciate the little you give us. We do and do so much. We would be happier if we had more. Mukubenga ledi singa omuntu takbir. Your Excellency, Muslims are the most exponentially growing faith in this country. And yet our literacy and education levels are still low. Demographically, statistically, but also in reality. Minutes data from the Ministry of Education, Your Excellency, shows that at secondary level, while Catholics have 18.3% of schools, and the Christians have 17.8%, the Muslims have 4.7%. And these are the realities of life that we want to base on and engage government as a partner, as your children. We have a disproportionate access to business, technical, and vocational education. That only 2% of tertiary and digital higher education today are Muslim-based, founded or leaning, compared to 18% of the Church of Uganda and 20% of the Catholic Mission. This forms a basis for our theory of change. In summary, Your Excellency, to be able to institute systems, processes, functions, and tools with your support and will to change the life of every Muslim household in this country as part of the fight of poverty, disease, and ignorance. We pray and hope that this government should be able to engage with us in this fight. And how do we plan to do that, Your Excellency? In summary, one, please, let's work with you to improve the household income through mindset change, improved commercial agriculture, vocational skilling of all the leaders, starting from the imams of our mosques, so they have something to earn from rather than what we pay on Friday when we go for prayers, and the Muslim structures as well. But most importantly, Your Excellency, we pray as Muslims that we benefit in a special way from the current trending parish development model. The parish development model as it is today cannot benefit your Muslims at all. Muslims are not allowed to take interest-rated loans. It is our prayer, Mama, Toto, that this government finds a way to fund Muslims in these different structures to also benefit from the parish development model. We ask that further to that, Your Excellency, let us mechanize, help us mechanize our agriculture. Your Excellency, we've seen tractors go to Catholics. Not that we feel bad, we are proud of our brothers in the religious council, interreligious council. We are very happy. We would be happy if we went to the Christians and others. We are also saying, can we do that for the Muslims, Your Excellency? We may not have all the 78 for the 70 districts. Can we have at least one per region as a pilot? But in addition, Your Excellency, we pray that together with you, we can introduce further support in household income by moving from subsistence farming, or what Muzei Kumeindi calls the Chida Chonka, to commercial agriculture. Your Excellency, the over 15,000 Muslim mosques in this country have over 100,000 acres of land that is either idle or being misused. We can use it for commercial agriculture. What do we ask for? Support from the government to change the minds of the people, to help us reach out the structures, to give us seeds and seedlings where they can. In cocoa, the other time I was talking with the Chief Justice, I was talking about macadamia and how they've done it in northern Uganda, we can also do. Bottom line, we need the support of government to make sure we use our land appropriately to increase the income of your people. This country will be much wealthier in the mid and long term if the Muslims at the household level are wealthier, because we are growing and growing every day in population. Total, we aren't about to stop. Your Excellency, we have a lot of urban land. In almost all the cities of this country, Jinja, Lira, Gulu, Arua, name it. We want to thank the government that recently you helped us to get our land out of the hands of grabbers at Mbele Crescent, over 5 acres at the center of the city. Can this government help us, first of all, protect this land from the grabbers? They are many, they are rich, they are connected, they are untouchable, they know the corners. Can this government help us identify partners or liars with us to make sure that this land which is idle is put to use so we can get kitu kidogo for our people? I am sure that the Supreme Council at all structures would be willing to negotiate with the government to have land in these cities developed so that we have routine income for our people. Your Excellency, we now have Muslim leaders in this country. Over 200,000. But we do not have a theological college where we can put them and take them through the rigors of sensitization and social and community mobilization to enhance or Ugandanize them the way they should be. We ask this government to work with us to establish a one-stop center. If not at the national level, at least in every region, where our imams, our sheikhs can go and get, our chairmen can go and get sensitized about issues of national development and how to change society. Something nearer to what our brothers, the Catholics, have that we do not have. We don't have seminaries. But if we had something like that, we'd be grateful. Your Excellency, recently there were so many aspects of rebel activities, of boys being caught from Busoga in Congo and in Uganda. And I say it without fear. We now have structures from the national level to the smallest mosque in this country. We want to work with the government to sensitize these youths and the leaders, but also help them get something to do so that they are not easily convinced to go the wrong way. I am sure, Your Excellency, at a certain date, these are issues given permission and chance that we shall see. To have a detailed plan in our strategic plan that we can discuss what we want is the audience for us to do that. Two last things, Your Excellency. One, that these leaders you see here are Muslims. We are not a political party. But when we identify a government with ideas that can help us socially and economically transform our people, like the NRM, we can use our structures to mobilize our people to do what the government wants us to do. Can you please liaise with us? Can you please support us? Can you please work with us to change the minds, setting, tools, functions, and the economy of our people? Because we have the structures, they hear from us. The people you see here, no one produced them here. They came here willingly. If I was an MP, I would have got a bus and put fuel, fed people here, given them food, taken them back, and got abuses. But they are here freely. They are comfortable. Kindly, Your Excellency, use us to transform society. People listen to these sheikhs and imams and reverends and bishops at no cost. That is direct. Finally, no, second, finally. Toto, these cadres you see, most of them are young, energetic sheikhs. They are our pride. They represent our dignity in society. You can have 1 million professors at your burial. if the card is not there, we shall not bury you. But they move on motorcycles. Like my card here said, with the 2 councils, the man which is at a burial, in Islam when the sheikh comes, you all stand up, but the sheikh is full of dust. Because of those roads you've seen. Or he has to go and hide in the bush, remove the data council and put a new one. And of course he's sure that when he's going back, even the clean one will get data as he goes back. Your Excellency, it is my prayer. How I wish it would come when I'm the new chairman now. That each of these cadres can get a vehicle to move on. They are respective members of society. They are your image. Your Excellency, use your image to shine. They are shiners, and yes, they can do. If it pleases Your Excellency, you can also look at the chairman. Someone is saying it is true. But I know, inshallah, you can't afford to have a chairman like me without a car. Finally, Your Excellency, we have a new General Assembly. We have a new management committee. We have a new everything. We need to orient them on so many technical issues and programs that the government is engaged in to have a domino or trickle-down effect in the society. We've been trying with the National Planning Authority and other entities to come up with a plan. There are about 500 of them, and we want to have them go through this orientation as soon as possible. That budget, Your Excellency, is about 700 million shillings. We don't want the money, Your Excellency. We want facilities, we want technical assistance, we want the personnel. We shall be there and be educated and come back better leaders. If we must start on anything, Your Excellency, can we begin on that? And I wish to begin in this Ramadan, and then you see how much blessings Allah can pour on Uganda, on His Excellency, on all the Muslims and everybody around. That is my honest prayer. Finally, I heard of Kumeini. Mzee Itokwata. Tova Kumeini. Segero was here, he was on. I wonder if he has gone or not. Then there was the MK something. As an ummah, as Muslims, we are a religion. We support development. We support the NRM. There could be others that support us, but the majority support the NRM. I want to restrict as the chairman that we shall wait for what the NRM guides us to do. And know that Allah gives you the vision and the guidance, because we know you have the vision to make sure we do the right thing. I want to end my speech by thanking you for one thing. I saw Mullah Anthony. Anthony Mullah. Yes, please come. I don't want to leave this floor without thanking you. First of all, for employing Mullah Anthony for us. Mullah Anthony is the Director General of the Soccer Consortium. First of all, that you've allowed him to be part of your team is incredible for us. Two, that you have allowed him to schedule time off your busy schedule to come and do work for the Soccer Consortium. We thank you for it. To mentor this son for us well. who can even add you more. They are very, very bright ones like him. Allah bless you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Amin Allah. Amin Allah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم قل اللهم مالك الملك تؤتي الملك من تشاء وتنزع الملك ممن تشاء وتعز من تشاء وتذل من تشاء بيدك الخير إنك على كل شيء قدير صدق الله العظيم. Our guest of honor, His Excellency the President of the Republic of Uganda, ably represented by our mama, our sister, our beloved retired Major Jessica Alupo. We are very grateful that you are representing His Excellency the President here. Thank you for being that humble. Thank you for being obedient and also being courteous, because when they say you are a retired major, I don't know how you behaved when you are a soldier. I've never seen you in a military attire, but you don't look like a soldier. So God bless you. Right Honorable First Deputy Premier of Uganda and Minister for East African Affairs, Mama Rebecca Kadaga, Katikiro Wabusoga, Dr. Mvawala, Chairman wange Umronde, Professor Muhammad Lubenga, Atenga Deputy Katikiro Wabusoga, Deputy Chairperson Omukuru, I think Deputy Chairperson, you come here. You were together with this man in the struggle. You come here, celebrate with him. You are the new entrant in the council. Muzammil Abon, that is the Deputy Chairman of Uganda Muslim Council, from Arua, from West Nile. The Deputy Mufti of Uganda, Sheikh Abdullah Ibrahim Semambo, you can also come here. I'll request our Mzee to come and say salam from here. Njagala Mzee yoyo mlete mpola mpola, Sheikh Mukuru, Sheikh Abdul Bedi kamregea. Yo muko nsonge nene kukwegata kwa Busilamu kwa Uganda, mukupeko takbiri zama nyinamu. Allahu Akbar. Ngasi bawulira. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Mutwe kutakibire yaffe bagambya Supreme Council. Allah. Honorable Secretary General, mwenna protocol kanji kume, others please allow me to skip the protocol because I really because of time, I won't go through the whole protocol. All of you who are here to witness this ceremony, Badishikadi Bange, Regional Assistant, Mwena Salamu Alaikum wa Rahmatullahi wa Barakatuh. Ensonga ziringa satu. Ensonga esokera ddala, I want to congratulate my younger brother, Professor Muhammad Lubenga, for having been elected to this high office of the chairmanship of the Uganda Muslim Council, treat the Muslims of Uganda. Congratulations, Al-Hajj. I have always been looking for hooks, not for fish. In my administration for the past 20 years, not fish, but for hooks to go under fish. Kyembadde ntegeeza nti mu myaka 22 gye mmaze mu Supreme Council mbadde nnoonya abavubi. Waliwo omuzeeyi omu yagambako bavubi naye nga nnoonya malobo agavuba biki ebyennyanja, so si kulya byannyanja, kugaba byannyanja oba abalina ebyennyanja. Bamemba ba General Assembly mukitegeera bulungi, ba disitulikati mukitegeera bulungi. Wabaddewo abadde balowooza nti buli kiseera bajja kubawa ebyennyanja, naye ffe tetulina byannyanja, tulina amalobo ge twagala mugende muyige okugira ki okuvuba ebyennyanja. And that is what Professor has been talking all about, not promising empty promises. We are going to give you a salary, we are going to give you motor vehicles. No, but he wants us to be people who are contributing to the economy of this nation. Beba n'abantu betwagala okubeera mu Supreme Council. Era nze kye nali nnwana kyekyo, twagala omuntu aleeta amagezi aganaayamba eggwanga lino, si muntu atambuza ssente kugula bantu timunonde. Njagala mbategeeze, Professor is a medical doctor, is a scientist. But sometimes I'm forced to teach him something about politics. You know, after the elections, you know, scientists use microscopes. They want to screen everything to see whether there is a virus or there is no virus. So recently, when I talk about somebody, say, but there's somebody, I heard something about him. Don't talk about it. I say, no. Look at that person. Don't try to screen him. Eh? Tomuteka microscope. Tozimbukusa kintu. Kale ntwala obuvunanyizibwa ebiseera ebinanga okumulagirirako nti mu bukulembeze buno obw'obusiraamu bw'ogamba nti ojja kukwata buli musiraamu omuteeke mu microscope wansi, ojja kwesanga nga viruses zizo kubanga teziza kuba nyingi. So I take upon myself to try to educate him, to mentor him in that area, because I've been there for the past 3 decades and I know what Muslims want and how they think and how they feel. N'olwekyo nsuubira nti abasiraamu mujja kufuna kinene mu Professor. Wetwogerera mbadde sitekangawo ko office eya chairman, because constitutionally the chairman is a part-time chairperson. He's not a full-time employee of the council. But I was forced to put there an office for the chairperson because he's always coming to the council to see what he can do in order to improve on the conditions of the Ummah. So the office is there for the chairman and the deputy chairperson. So abantu b'e Busoga ng'oggyeko okubeera ndi muli bakoddomi bange ate n'obukulembeze obulala bukomyewo buli Busoga obwa chair. Issue yange ey'okubiri, twakola constitution. This new constitution erina challenges zaayo. Constitution eno gye twajjawo enkadde yaliwo mu 1986. Tumaze okugiteeka mu nkola, tulabye weaknesses. Twakoze SWOT analysis, byonna tubimanyi. Constitution eno empya yazze n'ebisaanyizo. It has got conditions, qualifications and requirements for given positions. So when you hear some people shouting, we don't want this constitution, in the first sitting we are going to amend the constitution, it is because it is leaving some people outside, those who have been trouble causers in the Muslim Ummah. Abadde baleeta ebizibu mu Busiraamu. Constitution egenze batemako nti ebisaanyizo weebiri tojja kubeera mu kitongole ky'eddiini oleetemu politics ono w'eggwanga. Olina kubeera nga eddiini ogimanyi. Bwe tukubuulira nti Katonda agamba bw'ati ng'otegeera, so si kutugamba nti ebyammwe ebya Kulaani sooka obizza eri nze njogera nga chairman. Nedda, Kulaani yeeyo gy'ozze okuprotectinga n'okubeera nti odefendinga. Tojja kubeera member wa executive nga tolina degree, bachelor's degree, that equivalence. So si buli muntu tojja kujja. Tojja kubeera member wa General Assembly nga tolina ki? Okubeera member wa General Assembly nakubeera ne A-level oba thanawi. Okubeera district card onakubeera ne A-level oba thanawi. Okubeera member wa College of Sheikhs onakubeera ne degree mu Sharia or Islamic Studies, a degree from a recognized university. To be a mufti, you must have at least 2 degrees in Islamic Studies or Sharia. To be a regional assistant to the mufti, you must possess the same qualifications as that of the mufti. So we are searching for some from some regions who should be regional assistant to the mufti. We don't have. Some regions do not have those people. Regions ezimu tezirina. Tukyanoonya ne powers ziweebwa mufti okudelegating or okusindikayo omuntu alina qualifications ezo. N'olwekyo constitution eno empya gye beebazizaako gavumenti okubeera nti yatuyambako, yajja kwongera kulongoosa ensonga z'obusiraamu. Era tusuubira nti abantu abanaabeera mu nkiiko zaffe mu bifo by'obuvunaanyizibwa, those are the people who qualify. And one of them is a professor. We had a doctor as a chairman, Dr. the late Abdulkadir Balonde, with a PhD in Sharia and Islamic Studies and Islamic law. Now we are having a professor in medicine. So those are the brains that we want. Ensonga endala y'ey'okwegatta kw'obusiraamu. Nga sinagenda ku eyo, tulina project professors ayogeddeko, regions 10 twagala zibeere pilot projects oba model centers. Tujja kusaba government, we request that the government funds the projects at regional level. We need 10. Whether technical vocational training, we need 10 centers. Whether what else? Skilling centers, we begin from 10 regions. Wadde bino ebyokulunda enkoko oba ebyembuzi oba ebyagundi ebyemwanyi ebyokusomesa abaana baffe tuteeke mu regions 10. Era wano nebaza Katikkiro eddoboozi ligendera eddala paka wa mukulu Kyabazinga okubeera nti yatuwa 4 acres of land from the royal land that we can put the regional center. Your Excellency, we have 4 acres, a donation from His Majesty the Kyabazinga of Busoga. Prime Minister, we are very grateful, and Deputy Premier, please convey our gratitude and appreciation to His Royal Highness. And we thank you for also spearheading the support in planning for UMSC, because we are seeing the progress now. Tulaba gye tulaga, oyo atuplaningira council kati gye tulaga. Okwegatta kw'obusiraamu mwenna mukuwulidde kumaze ebiseera n'ebisiibo, naye oluvannyuma lw'ekiseera ekiwanvu ffenna kati tuli bumu. njagala okwebaza mukadde wange ono Sheikh Abdulberi Kamurige n'amaanyi ge n'emyaka gye twatambula Uganda eno nga tukubiriza abasiraamu okwegatta ng'amaze okugamba nti kati ffenna tulina kubeera kintu kimu ne twetoola Uganda naye ekigambo kye kiri kimu nti tulina kwegatta. Tukwebaza muweeko takibira y'amaanyi. Era nakati saawa eno Uganda yonna abamu ffe twazaalibwa tumulaba ng'ali mu nkaayana ezaaliwo ffenna tukuze tuziraba naye ku nkomero yagamba nti kaakati ebintu byonna ebyokulwanyisa biri wansi kaakati tulina kukola nga omuntu omu. Mungu akwongera obulamu obulungi era kati yeeyongedde okunyirira yeeyongedde okubeera muto kati azze buto inshallah taala tumusabire Mungu amusaasire ate missioni zaffe ez'okwegatta zitambule. Nga sinaba kumaliriza, Your Excellency, we thank His Excellency the President for being a father and a parent to the nation. Twebaza President okubeera nti muzadde eri eggwanga lino. Nkyogera ekyo lwa bintu bina. The first thing was bonna basome. Ndoza mwakiwulirako ekigambo ekyo. Education for all ate nga kikyaliwo. Tutambudde mawanga mangi agamu but bonna basome tekiriyo, abaana basasula fees. Naye kati weekiri kiyambyeko eggwanga lyaffe okubeera nti lituuse wala mu kusoma. Ekyo convey our gratitude and appreciation to His Excellency. He fulfilled it. Number 2 is the peace and the stability. Abantu you take it for granted. Abamuyinza okulowooza nti emirembe tulya mirembe oba tugira ki twebaka tulo tuli otulo naye okubeera nti kati saawa eno abamu tebunaba kusiibula kuddayo wammwe. Ebiseera byatuuka when now you have decided that I can't go back to Kampala because it is late. It is dangerous to go back to Kampala. Naye kati saawa eno omuntu agamba ne bwe naatuuka ku makya nja kutuuka Arua. Inshallah tujja kutambula mpola mpola until the morning we shall be in Arua. We are very grateful for that. Nti omuntu otambula from border to border nga totidde nti waliwo abajja okwambushinga emmotoka. We are grateful for that. Number 3 is poverty alleviation. Omulimu munene nnyo gwakoze. It's a lot. Bannange nze ntambuddeko mu mawanga mangi, East, West, Europe, Asia. Naye sirabanga President amala emyaka gyonna nga buli kiseera alowooleza omuntu wa bulijjo nti avudde atya mu bwavu. Kubanga waliwo omusajja bamuyita Robert Greene. Among the laws of power, keep everybody dependent on you. That is one of the laws of power, the 48 laws of power. Oli agamba nti bw'oba oyagala okubeera mu bufuzi leka buli muntu abeere nga akweguya. Si bwe kiri? Kuba omugagga tagira ki? Tafugika. Bakuumire mu bwavu. Era ndowooza mulabako abantu abalina ku busente naddala mu bibuga tebafugika. Buli kiseera kyonna bagira ki? Oli wa boda ye tafugika. Naye n'obeera nti ogenda paka ku parish. Mwawulidde state gundi ya President juzi okulaba nti kumuluka eriyo ssente bagamba zikozese. Eyo nsonga nkulu nnyo terabika mu bakulembeze. The implementers are the ones who fail His Excellency the President. Otherwise Uganda would be very far in as far as economic recovery is concerned. But those who are implementing are the problem. But we thank His Excellency for that effort. Kubanga buli kiseera alowooza abantu Munnayuganda avaayo atya. Nkyogera oyinza okutambula mu nsi muno so mu bumpi n'emitwalo 5 omuntu atandika bizinesi mu Uganda ekitali mu nsi ndala. Si bwe kiri atandika bizinesi kubanga nze ndaba abavubuka abo abatunda ebikajjo afuna kinywa kya bikajjo 2,000 n'afuna obuveera n'afuna akaso ne wheelbarrow n'afuna mobile shop. Asusa bwakuwa ayongerako value ogenda okuzibanga afunye omutwalo gwe. Teri akubuuza license eriwa gwomukyala bw'ofuna ennyaanya ekibbo n'olenga ku lukubo ojja kufuna ssente. N'olwekyo bannange twebaza His Excellency. Ekisembayo kyenyinza okumwebaza His Excellency kye kulwanyisa ebirwadde, the fight against for the cause of our people health wise, fighting to eliminate HIV/AIDS, Ebola, and recently what? COVID-19. Successful fight. We thank His Excellency for that, for being a parent. My last word is to the legislators of this country. Ba honorable MPs bananga. Ba MPs webali mwanikeke mikono. LGBTQ. That is now the problem, the talk of the day. LGBTQ. Queer. Banange mutuyambe. For God and my country. Banange ba religious leaders muje kono. Tebana kubogera ko religious interreligious council. Please come here because at last we need you. So, this is the Interreligious Council of Uganda. It's part of the unity effort by UMSC. They will introduce themselves. Mulaba omulimu guno. Quran egamba, the legislators, the whole Quran tells us how the people of Lot were destroyed by the Creator. And the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam tells us, "Man wajatamu ya'malu 'amala qawmi Lutin, faqtulu al-fa'ila wal maf'ula bihi." Whoever you find doing the work of Lut, kill the doer and those who had accepted to be done on him. Kill. Religious leaders, I think we had a statement, to have a statement of recent, our position. They are talking tanks. Abantu abandi abanadini abakulu abamu boogera ebirimi ebigambo ebitategeerekeka ate si musango ate soki. Waliwo ekiri mu Bayibuli wekiri ani akimanyi banadini bannange Bayibuli egamba etya kitabo kitukuvu Leviticus 20:13. What is it there? Leviticus Abalevi 2:13 kigamba, if a man lies with a male as with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination, they shall surely be put to death. Their blood is upon them. This is the Holy Bible. Ndisinga omusajja eky'Abaleevi 2:13 singa omusajja asiŋŋaanibwa ng'akola ku musajja munne ebyo ebikolebwa ku mukyala mutte mubatte bombi baba bakoze ekyonoono era omusaayi gwabwe gujja kuba guyiibwa. Kakati nga bannaddiini lwaki naffe tutandika okukola ebirimi ntandise okulaba even this basalirwa honorable basalirwa, he's also trying to dodge the punishment. Why is he trying to go about? He say, you know, those people are very strong. You don't just go direct. You just have. No, it is clear. If it is religion, it is religion. Yes. Mutugambire kuonera basalirwa nti aleme kuzanyira ku dini ya Mungu. Ekibonerezo kiri mu Bayibuli, ekibonerezo kiri mu Qur'ani, kiri mu hadithi, kyabateekayo abantu bakigane buganyi. Tugambe bali bagundi ba member ba parliament bano betu batuvunaana. Tuvunaane ba member ba parliament okukkiriza emize emibi. Era tujja kubagamba nti buli member ya parliament akkiriza nti kigende agenda awase musajja munne oba abeera mukazi atulangirire mukazi munne, era abo tubateeka awantu bamala emyaka 30 bebafa tebazaala tebakola ki. Abo tubawone oba si ekyo Mungu yekennyini ajja kubejjirawo. Tuleme kukkiriza to receive the creator's anger. Let's not play with Allah's creation. The creator is there. He might be forced to punish us. Sheikh Abdul Bed Kamrege yogera katono buzaako.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi. Mukisa okubeera nga tuli wano nga tuzze okwebaza n'okukulisa muganda waffe ayatuyise ku kigambo kino ekikulu ekyokubeera kyamaanyi wa Uganda Muslim Supreme Council. Nandibadde na bingi ebyokwogerwa naye olunaku lwaleero lunaku lwono wabula kyendabyemu ekibi obwedda katuukira sirabira bantu bebasanyuka. Simanyi oba kandayi yabagamba nti abayise kunakuwala naye sirabira akamu bakubye amataali bakoze sirabye mubisanyuka. Ako kabonero kabi ng'omunna akuyise kumusanyukirako akola n'olaga mitaafu munnange mukyeyi. Katonda akuwa obulamu obulungi. Naye mukulu Kadaaga maama wange Dada kyamaani mukwano gwange okwebaza kuno kunu naye tulinda abasoga banno wano bebaza ekyengera kino.
Sheikh Abdallah Ibrahim Semambo ye Deputy Mufti wa Uganda atole salamu.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi.
Sheikh Yusuf Issa Byekwaso, former Secretary General UMSC Constitutional Review.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
N'obugambo obwo banaddiini ne Sheikh Anas Sessimba wali member wa College of Sheikhs atole ku salamu. Bano banaddiini bannaffe bazze okuva mu bifo ebyenzikiriza ebyenjawulo nga tuli mu Intelligence Council. Tusiima nnyo enkolagana mwenna okubeera nti mubadde ono olunaku luno lwonna ate tulina kutambulira wamu. Ekintu kino tukigguse, bwe tutakiggusa ekibonerezo kiyinza okutukwatiramu kuba Mungu ye nannyini kutonda, ye nannyini kubonereza. N'olwekyo twekwate kimu. Bannaffe baabebweru soke tubaleke, balina ebizibu byabwe. Mungu abawa omukisa. Mwali badde mwogera naye olw'okuba omukulembeze alina gy'agenda. Njagadde kubasiima, mwebale nnyo era mwenna mbagaliza okuddayo obulungi abazze.
You may recall that a few months ago we were discussing how to handle this particular event. And I told His Excellency that this is a mega function of all the Muslims of Uganda and required him to come and officiate. We are happy. We know he's busy today. We had a special cabinet, but we're happy that he has sent you, the Vice President, to come and officiate at this function. You have seen the magnitude, Your Excellency. This is the Muslim community of Uganda. So thank you so much for sparing time. Secondly, I want to introduce Dr. Lubenga. Doctor. Your Excellency, I'm here as the first Deputy Prime Minister. I'm also here as a member of this family, but I'm also here in my other capacity as the patron of the clan of the Vice President. Your Excellency, the man you come to celebrate today is the prince of the clan of Igaga. We are descendants of the Shesi dynasty, particularly the lineage of Omukama Wamala. We are, I think, the 14th generation. We arrived from Bunyoro in 1250 and settled on Nenda Hill in Chiguru. That's where our kingdom was. But because of wars between Buganda and Bunyoro, and all this part on the side of Bunyoro were defeated and annexed to Chiguru. That's how we came to be in Chiguru. But we come from the kingdom of Kisambira. So our home is in Nenda here in Chiguru. That's where our very great ancestor, Prince Ndahura, is buried. So this is the man we come to celebrate. Now the Daura the 14th. We are happy that we are here.
Sheikh Shaban Mugbaje, the Mufti of Uganda, and all the religious leaders present in your different capacities, including those from the Interreligious Council, Professor Dr. Lubenga Muhammad Kisambira, the new chairman of Uganda Muslim Supreme Council, the members of parliament, colleagues, members of parliament, the RDCs, LC5 chairmen, councillors, LCs, all of you are recognized. The Katukiro of Busoga, Dr. Joseph Mubawala, and all the cultural leaders present, all the Muslim fraternity. Assalamu alaikum. The other day when I was in the Doha in Qatar, I heard some children, when they saw me, they were saying, Takbir, Takbir, Takbir. And then I like that song, Allah Akbar, Allah Akbar, Allah Akbar. Alhamdulillah. That's a very good prayer. I thank all the leaders who have spoken, and I will only read the message of the President, who was supposed to be here as the chief guest in this very important occasion, and he delegated me to come and deliver your message to you, Your Eminence, and all the leaders in the Muslim fraternity, and the people of Luka, and all the people of Busoga. Let me introduce myself to some people here who may not know me. Nze Mutesi, Omumbeda wa Bugweri. All the people of Bugweri know me because they are the ones who gave me that name. But that will be a discussion for another day. So allow me, in the interest of the Busoga Kingdom, where Mutesi belongs, to say that Mbalamwisa, mwena. President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, Abalamwisa, and Mama Janet Kataha Museveni, the Minister of Education, and the First Lady, Ateni Mama Janet Abalamwisa So those are the greetings which we have brought from His Excellency the President and Mama Janet. I would like to thank the Chairman of the Muslim Supreme Council, the LC1 Chairman, the RDC and the LC5 MPs, and also the Mufti for raising very fundamental issues that affect the development of Busoga but specifically, but also in Parliament. We'll take action on them at different levels, together with His Excellency the President, of course. I would like to thank the Mufti for underscoring very fundamental points which he talked about, especially on His Excellency the President and NRM government providing peace and security across the country, enabling us to sit here in Luka in a very relaxed mood, knowing that at the end of the ceremony, regardless of what time the ceremony ends, we shall travel slowly and arrive at our destinations where we came from in the morning. I would like to thank you, Your Eminence, for that point, but also for other issues which you raised, which I promise that they will reach His Excellency the President. Many of the leaders who spoke said that Busoga and the NRM and the Muslim fraternity supports NRM. Thank you very much for supporting NRM. Mwebale kuajira NRM. And the programs of NRM, including those of roads, we talked about roads in the last cabinet, and we mentioned all those roads which have been named, including the one I passed when I was coming here. So all those roads will be worked on in a phased way. Chairman LOC1, to get LOC5 and the RDC and the MPs, I think should be able to get a schedule from the Ministry of Works. But what I know is that today, having seen the road with my physical eyes, the road from Kamuli, that road going to Kamuli up to here in Luka, I am going to be one of your advocates in ensuring that that road is made a priority. I don't know which number it is in that program of Ministry of Works, but I am going also to join the leaders of this district and this region to ensure that the road is brought forward so that it's worked on expeditiously. Because it helps the farmers to transport the produce and the products which the Member of Parliament was talking about, and that is what triggers transformation. So I'm going to read the letter of His Excellency the President to you, Your Eminence, and all the congregation. But I would also like to say, Mbasaba, Mujie, Umaiso, Nokuajira NRM, ni President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, Mukaluluka, Enkumi, Ibiri, Abiri, na Mukaga. I request you to keep it in your minds. Let me now read the message of the President to you, Your Eminence, and all of you, the members of the congregation. I would like to congratulate all the Muslims in Uganda upon getting a new chairman for the Uganda Muslim Supreme Council. I appreciate the Mufti of Uganda, Sheikh Shaban Ramadan Mubaje, for the invitation extended to me to be part of this honorable event. I hail the Muslims from different regions of Uganda for turning up in great numbers to witness and usher in a new chairman for the Uganda Muslim Supreme Council. I commend the outgoing chairman and his team for the role they have played during the concluded tenure of service, and pray that they will continue working closely with the incoming chairman and his team. Your honor for such an event is an act of acceptance of a new leader who has been chosen by God to spin the wheel of Muslim leadership in this nation. It is also a gesture of patriotism. Professor Dr. Lubenga Muhammad Kisambira, you have been ushered into this office by the grace of God. I urge you to be steadfast in fulfilling the duties that have been entrusted upon you. The mantle of leadership that you have been holding as the Deputy Katikiro of the Chabazinga of Busoga and the humanitarian causes you have been pioneering have merited this elevation. People have great trust in you. The leadership that has been entrusted upon you and the responsibility that goes with it is so valuable and cannot be equated to other forms of leadership. This kind of spiritual inspired leadership is a service beyond self that also poses challenges and therefore calls for total submission to God. As your sole enabler, as you lead and cause progress towards development, I pray that you will lean on God for wisdom, courage, and direction to fulfill the tasks ahead of you. I congratulate you once again upon this achievement in your life, and I pray that the Almighty God will grant you wisdom to instruct and lead as the chairman for the Uganda Muslim Supreme Council. I would like to commend the good working relationship of the Muslims with the government. Some are occupying high offices and others are our ardent supporters. Government always counts on your support and assures you of continued peace and freedom of worship. I wish also to thank you under the able guidance and leadership of Mufti Ramadani Mubaji for the present calm and harmony in your faith. Your good working relations and cooperation with other religions in the country is highly commendable. Muslims set a high standard by pioneering private university education in Uganda. And now, many others have come up following this trend. I also wish to highlight that, springing from your strict sense of discipline, you have invested in development projects all over the country, which shows how much faith you have in government. I would like to urge you to use the faith of Islam to promote integrity and morality in a bid to fight corruption and HIV and AIDS. Our young people must be taught the value of honesty and hard work. These virtues, commended by the Quran, will ensure a good future for them. We have a duty to raise a generation who are focused and have vision for this country. Dissidents who are after their own selfish interests are confusing many of our young people who do not know the history of our country and seducing them into diversionary political ideologies. The NRM leadership is here to interest all the youth into working hard to transform their homestead income. I am glad that Muslim youth have shown the spirit of development and shunned deceitful politicking, and I urge them to continue. Government has put in place programs for development of our country. Your support is coveted in bringing them to fruition if they are to benefit our people. We have now embarked on the transformation of our country towards self-reliance. We must guard the peace that we now enjoy by upholding the rule of law and the cause of justice. We all have a part to play in causing positive changes at all levels. I once again congratulate Professor Dr. Lubenga Muhammad Kisambira upon attaining such honorable leadership and wish all of you fruitful and happy celebrations. And His Excellency the President asked me to pledge a car for Dr. Lubenga Muhammad. He will buy for him a Land Cruiser TXL. But I have also heard about the cars for the caddies. I will relay that message to His Excellency the President. The way the chairman was saying how he wishes that it happens during his term as a chair is the same way I also wish that good things happen to the district caddies when I'm Vice President. So again, I promise to be your advocate to go and pursue all those issues which have been raised by the leaders of the Muslim fraternity, so that government will respond to them expeditiously. This is the message of His Excellency the President. Thank you very much. Takbir, takbir, Allah Akbar, Allah Akbar, Allah Akbar. Thank you.
GTV for unity and development.